Congress plans to ban hemp nationwide. Ohio considers lighting up rebellion. When the federal government tries to squash a plant, the Midwest might just remind them that they've got roots of independence. Who knew hemp could be so intoxicatingly defiant?
Google's AI suggests Iron Maiden's Sea of Madness for mental health playlist, calls it therapy. Because nothing says calm your mind like a galloping bass line and Bruce Dickinson's operatic screams. Who needs yoga when you have heavy metal catharsis?
Turnbull slams Liberals' Trumpian ditching of net zero target, claiming they fight climate change like cowboys fight tumbleweeds. Apparently, the only green the Liberals are interested in is the cash from fossil fuel lobbyists. Who needs a planet when you've got profits?
Trump grants Syrian leader sanctions relief after White House visit, proving that rehabilitation is easier for dictators than for drug offenders. Seems like the road from jihadist to Oval Office guest is smoother than the path to affordable health care.
Trump pressures Boebert and Mace to drop Epstein files while Transparency takes an extended vacation. Apparently secrets are like fine wine, best kept in the dark and only shared with the elite while the rest of us sip on conspiracy theories.
U.S. Senate plans THC ban, claiming it protects public morals while alcohol and tobacco remain untouchable. Because nothing screams moral high ground like outlying plant-based highs while the liquor store and cigarette shop thrive on every corner.
Bob Marley's Them Belly Full. When the music's message is as sharp as ever, it's proof that the more things change.
Protesters shut down Nigeria's multi-million-dollar museum preview, leaving art lovers to ponder the true price of culture. When art meets activism, the gallery doors close and the real exhibit becomes the power of the people in the streets.
Only 10% of studies find coffee cures anything, and caffeine addicts call it science. When your morning brew is the hero of health news, it's time to wonder if the scientists just needed an espresso break.
CoreWeave promises AI-driven revival, yet stock remains bruised from growth doubts. Banking on AI to save a faltering stock is like hoping a chatbot can pay your rent. It might talk a good game, but it won't cover the bills.
Novo Nordisk slashes Wegovy price by 37% in India, but obesity rates remain unchanged. It's like selling a life raft to a sinking ship and calling it a rescue mission. Lower prices are nice, but they won't shed the pounds for you.
Only 15% of Benin bronzes have returned to Nigeria, and museums call it progress. Colonialism's greatest hits tour continues, with stolen art as the encore. Museums claim they're returning culture, but it's more like a trickle than a torrent.
AI documentary director claims Jeremy Renner agreed to narrate as Hawkeye star threatens lawsuit. Nothing says I love your work like a lawsuit with lots of zeros. Renner's arrows might be fictional, but his legal team, deadly accurate.
Michael Burry DeRegister's hedge fund claims better things await. When a financial prophet bails on Wall Street, you know the market's about as stable as a Jenga tower in an earthquake.
When the truth is worth $1 billion hissy fit, you know the political circus has swapped clowns for lawyers in the main ring.
When the soundtrack of your life is accidentally a baseball anthem, you know pop culture's bar for greatness has become a limbo stick.
In an age where buying your way out of mediocrity is the new innovation, Parker Hannifin's wallet just became their strongest business strategy.
Cisco warns of firewall vulnerability, then hackers RSVP with glee. The only thing more predictable than a security breach is the shocked face of corporate IT when their secure systems get a surprise visit from the digital underworld.
House Democrats unveil Epstein emails, then Trump's team feigns surprise. Nothing says political theater like a scandalous email cache and the inevitable plot twist of selective memory loss.
Atlantic Trivia features Samuel Johnson's love of language, then quotes Twain on its futility. When a lexicographer's curiosity rivals a cat's, remember, 9 lives aren't enough to define the absurdity of human speech.
Spotify launches Sonaido's Skydive EDM track, claiming it will redefine your sonic altitude. When streaming algorithms guide your musical journey, sometimes the only thing plummeting is your sense of taste.
Keir Starmer dodges confidence question about aide Morgan McSweeney, deflecting amid briefing row. When your right-hand man becomes a left-hand problem, sometimes the best strategy is to play dodgeball with accountability.
Toy industry sees adult buyers boost sales, calling it the joy economy while singing dolls top Christmas lists. When nostalgia becomes a billion-dollar industry, who needs therapy? Just buy a singing doll and let capitalism serenade your inner child.
KKR and Singtel Group chased $3.8 billion loan, aiming for a buyout of ST Telemedia global data centers. Another day, another billion-dollar shopping spree, because who needs financial restraint when you can just borrow your way to a corporate empire?
Taking first steps after a historic shutdown is like congratulating yourself for finally waking up after hitting snooze 20 times.
Senators strike deal to end government shutdown, but only after weeks of political theater and public frustration.
FDA removes box warnings from hormone therapies, claims it's about clarity, not a free pass for pharmaceutical giants. Unleashing hormone therapies without a cautionary tale is like handing out matches in a fireworks factory and hoping for a silent night.
Democrats vow to end government shutdown while Wall Street urges investors to buy the dip and capitalize on economic chaos. When democracy hits a snag, the stock market's just a game of Monopoly with a side of real-world consequences. Only winners are the ones with the most hotels.
Dutch officials rebuke Trump admin over removing Black WW vet memorials, calling it an erasure of history while statues of oppressors remain. Seems like Trump's taste in monuments is as selective as his taste in facts. Preserving the past, he prefers while ghosting the rest.
Egypt buys 500,000 tons of Black Sea wheat, calling it food security, while the climate crisis bakes crops worldwide. As Egypt stocks up on wheat, one wonders if they're prepping for a breadbasket apocalypse or just feeding their addiction to gluten.
Colts dominate in Berlin as Taylor runs for 244 yards and 3 touchdowns, leaving Falcons grounded. While Taylor sprints into the record books, the Falcons ponder if their defense was lost in translation amidst Berlin's architectural wonders.
Zelensky. While Russia's oil wallet shrinks, the West plays a game of sanctions Jenga, hoping the tower topples before the world overheats.
Only 20% of mouse visual cortex cells diversify continuously, and scientists call it a breakthrough in understanding brain development. It's as if mice are holding a secret rave in their cortices, while we humans struggle to find the light switch in our own.
Trump administration faces lawsuit from transgender Air Force members over revoked retirements, and the irony's thicker than military bureaucracy. In this battle, the uniform's the same, but the fight's against a commander-in-chief who thinks equality is a moving target.
Roger Rabbit creator reclaims rights from Disney, then plans live-action Jessica Rabbit movie with requisite cartoonish curves.
Iran laughs off US plot claim, then accuses Israel of playing geopolitical dodgeball with absurd allegations. It's like accusing your neighbor of stealing your car keys while you're still sitting in the driver's seat, engine running.
Microsoft invests 8.6 billion euros in Portugal, calls it innovation. Portugal gets a tech makeover while Microsoft counts its euros, proving once again that money can buy a nation's digital soul.
Trump demands loyalty from House Republicans, then blames them when the government shuts down longer than a teenager's curfew. It's like grounding the entire country because you lost the remote, then asking why no one wants to watch your show.
Only 80 artists pick a favorite Neil Young song, and the rest quietly ponder if he's the original indie hipster. Neil Young, the patron saint of the musical misfit, proving you don't need a perfect voice when you have a perfect middle finger.
IMF warns Finland about spiraling debt,
expects growth next year. It's like telling a drowning man he might swim eventually. Just keep treading water while the debts drag you down.
When the like button becomes unlikable, you can't help but wonder if Meta's next great innovation is just a shrug emoji.
Wind turbines kill millions of bats, yet smart sensors promise salvation. It's the classic tale, techno-optimism versus nature's collateral damage, where the machines get smarter and the bats just hope to live another day.
Private companies hand over control to lenders, claiming it's strategic restructuring. Turns out, when you can't pay the piper, you just hand him the flute and hope he doesn't start playing a funeral march.
Donald Trump pardons Rudy Giuliani, calling it justice. It's like giving a gold star to the class clown for disrupting the lesson. Accountability takes a back seat while allies get a free ride.
Hideo Kojima claims Predator. Badlands is Hollywood's new direction, inspired by manga, anime, and gaming culture. Just when you thought Hollywood was fresh out of ideas, they borrow from Japan's playbook, proving imitation is the sincerest form of cinematic flattery.
Epstein alleged Trump knew of his conduct, yet the White House remained silent. In the realm of selective amnesia, it seems some memories vanish faster than political promises, but the emails, oh, they linger like a bad cologne.
Japan's government considers intervention as yen slumps, despite traders' skepticism. Like a karaoke singer desperate to hit the high notes, Japan's currency keeps missing the mark, while the audience wonders if intervention is just lip-syncing.
DHS head authorized buying 10 engineless planes from Spirit Airlines, which Spirit didn't even own. When your security strategy involves phantom planes, it's less about national defense and more about a high-stakes game of pretend. Next up, invisible pilots.
How? RC trial mislabeled 46% of families as frauds, then claims it's just a glitch. When your fraud crackdown accuses half the innocent, maybe it's time to trade your algorithm for a magic 8-ball. Outlook not so good, indeed.